Hey FLOSSTUBE, it's Leigh from Creatively on Sunday the 9th of November with FLOSSTUBE number 291. Here from very humid Brisbane with my sister Megan. Some of you have met her before on the interwebs, and she loves me making her do videos, but I know quite a few of you said we'd love to see Megan in her stitching, so I do have a little bit of her stitching to show you. So yeah, over here for some family time. Had a rough few months, and we're just going to spend time together, and it's been really good. So flew in Wednesday afternoon. My flight from Wellington was delayed, and I had almost not enough time to get from the domestic airport in Auckland to gate 17, which is almost the last gate you can get to at the Auckland International. Luckily the flight to Brisbane was delayed, so I got it. I was one of the last to board, but I was one of the first off, and my bag was the second bag on the carousel, and I got through security really quickly. So I was sort of out pretty quickly, so I kind of landed on time, I think, but I don't really know. But yeah, been here since Wednesday night, and it's now Sunday late morning, and we head to the airport probably want to get there around 3:30, so leave here around 3ish maybe, and then I fly directly back to Wellington, but with a 3-hour time difference I land at like just after midnight, so I'm really looking forward to that. But yeah, we've had a few swims and done a little bit of shopping, not a lot. Had some little family time, eaten too much food, and done a jigsaw puzzle, and I've started another jigsaw puzzle which I won't get finished, but that's fine. Yeah, that's pretty much what we've been up to. Most of what I've done this week, I have photos because I haven't even touched a needle while I've been here. So I did bring a couple of things they didn't even get out of the bag. So I'll show you a couple of projects I worked on for the half week. I've got a little bit of haul. Most of that arrived before I left. I've got some stitching of Megan's to show. And I think that's it. And then I should show you, I'm not a dog person, but my sister has a dog. How old is he?
23 weeks.
And we believe a cavoodle. He's supposed to be a toy poodle.
But he's not. He's double
bigger.
the size.
Megan's vet, Marley's vet thinks that he's a cavoodle.
And he's beautiful, and he loves Auntie Leigh.
Oh my God. He's like, I'm such a grumpy old lady. And he just likes to lick, and I hate that. But anyway, we've been playing ball and stuff, but I did say, look, let me hold him and I'll take a picture with a bloody dog. And then he was like, oh my God, let's lick Auntie Leigh everywhere. But anyway, so here he is. This is Marley and Auntie Leigh, my poodle. Cavoodle nephew, as we're calling him. Anyway, I'm looking forward to going home, but he is very, he's fine. He's fine. And then I think we're kind of into the stitching stuff now. Yeah, that's a very quick life update for me. So we'll just quickly show some haul stuff. While I was at home, I had both September and October's Floss Club come in from Tom and Lily. So the first one, beautiful, is Sunset. The theme is Sunset. That's September's. That arrived, I don't even know, make up a day, Monday, who cares. And then my lovely courier delivered that one. And then Tuesday, a different courier. No, it was the same courier, but he had a different van. That's right. Billy said his van was in getting some work done. I'm very familiar with my courier. He delivered the October one, which was the Vintage Halloween. Very different to Sunset, but I love all those moody colours, so that's really exciting. So got both of those that came through. Then also Russell. I knew I was coming, obviously, to stay with my sister for a few days, but I also knew we would have no time for me to get out to All Threads. Also, I couldn't really afford to go to All Threads because I would have spent a lot more money. But I did order a bunch of these floss drops because I need more for my silk. This is the Farm Fresh Eggs by Hutt floss drops. So got another 5 packets of those delivered to my sister's house. Came with a cute bookmark. And I also just grabbed a pack of these thimblets, these little thimble stickers, because as you know, a little while ago when I did a mass catch up on my monthly projects, I wore a hole in my finger. So I thought I'll grab some thimble stickers. So it's the haul, I think. The only other thing to show you, this isn't haul per se, but this is something that someone gave my sister a while ago, and she doesn't feel like stitching it, but she does like it. So I'm going to stitch it for her at some stage, and and I don't do kits, so it's a dimensions kit. It's very, very lovely. It's not quite full coverage. It is, all the white in the background is just white. It does come with a hurrying great piece of 14 count white Ada, so I'll probably switch it out and do it on linen. How big is it if I did it on 14 count? Yes, quite. It's about that big by that big, so I might do it on a slightly, definitely at the minimum 32 count. I don't think I'd want to stitch it on 28 count, but I just would prefer to stitch it on something. But I probably, because I think it's got that wintry look, I probably still will do it on white, even though it's not my preferred, but it's really pretty. It's not a gold or anything, so I don't think it's going to be too stupid. It does look like, I haven't opened it, but it does look like it's got some half stitches in the tree trunks. Yeah, in the trees there's some half stitches where there's kind of light bitters, and similarly in some of these trunks, mostly full. I'll have a look at the instructions. If it's one of those 3 strands, 2 strands, I'll just use creative license and I'll do what I want. So that was not really haul, but yeah, you might see this sometime in the future as I slowly stitch on that for my sister. Okay, then we'll get to actual stitching. We'll do me first. Actually, no, we'll do my sister first because she's sitting here like a, whatever. So Megan, I think last time she was in my video was when we were in Christchurch for our brother's wedding, and what was that? Was that the end of March or the beginning of March? Beginning of March, yeah.
No.
But end of March. End of March. Who cares?
Yeah.
It was the end of March, and you may recall. I did a bit of shopping, and I did quite a bit of shopping. I had a whole lot of vouchers to spend at Broomfields. I also went to Art and Frame. I had a whole lot of framing to get dropped off and stuff. So we went a bit mad in Christchurch. But my sister picked out this chart from Art and Frame. This is a Lynn Manning cross-stitch map of New Zealand. It was just the chart, and Karen very kindly gave it to my sister as a wee, she just was very kind and gave it to my sister, and I spent all the money. But when we got home to my house in Wellington for a couple of days, I kitted this up just with I think it was called for antique white 16 count Ada. No, we did linen. 32 count linen, and then we together I gave her some of the flosses, and then we went to Lincraft or wherever and got the rest of them. So she had it kitted up by the time she went home. And then when I was over here in end of June to meet the great nephew, she had made an error. She was basically down to just these silver ferns, which are all kind of backstitched as well, and she'd made an error somewhere in here, like she'd missed a row here anyway. So I frogged what she'd stitched for her, and then I got in did I just put the bottom L's in? I think I just put in the bottom leaf or something for her, and got it. We fudged a little bit, like we had to leave a gap in here or something. It didn't really matter. So anyway, then Megan finished it over the next couple of weeks, I think. And there it is. Yes, come forward a little bit. so again, yeah, it's on the call for 32 count antique white linen using the call for GMC. There are a few personalisations in there. If you live in that part of New Zealand, don't complain. But you actually have the chart to give away, so stay till the end. Probably it's only going to be of interest to New Zealand folks, which is fine. But if you want it and you don't live in New Zealand, I don't care. We will hand that on. But yeah, so it's just the chart. But yeah, if you're interested in that. So wait till the end, we'll give you a keyword for that. And then, yeah, again, when I was over in June and I was doing some stitching, Megan was like, oh, I want to stitch on something, but I don't know what. So I said, well, have a look at Etsy, and I'll tell you if it's a dodgy site or not. And she stumbled upon the Cross Stitch Junction. So that's New Zealand, I think a New Zealand designer. She does a lot of sort of painterly birds and other animals. She's got a lot from New Zealand and then some from Australia mostly, and Megan bought 4 charts and I helped her pick out so she wanted to stitch them on Ada. So we went with, I suggested using doing 18 counts. She could do 1 strand, save the floss, make it a bit smaller so it would fit in a 12 by 12 frame, and then using, because you prefer Ada, especially with those not 100% full coverage but significant coverage charts, and I said go with platinum because it's interesting. It's not antique white, which is fine, it's not white, but go with platinum, and you really like it, eh?
I do.
So she stitched up a storm and like a nut job, and we're similarly speedy. She stitched the Kia. And these are all 200, I mean, the charts are 200 by 200, just to give you a bit of a idea about the size. So this is a Kia. So the Kia is found in the South Island. It is New Zealand's, so it's the world's only alpine parrot. They're very smart. You'll find signs down in the South Island, do not feed the Kia. The Kia have been known to, there's some mountain pass in the South Island, and the Kia had learnt that when there were traffic cones, cars stop, and they started moving traffic cones so that when people came out of this tunnel, there were traffic cones in the way. They were moving them from roadworks, because they knew, they had associated when cars stop, we get fed. So they were, the council were having to investigate heavier cones so that the Kia couldn't move them. Kia will strip your car of anything that they can tear apart.
All the rubber around your windscreen.
Your windows will fall out, and they'll twist your aerial. I mean, back in the day when cars had aerials, they're beautiful, and under their wings they have scarlet. So when they flap their wings, they have this bright scarlet under their wings. But anyway, it's the botanical lesson of the day. So that's the Kia, and they're really big. They're decent sized parrots. They'd make a good fry up. Then she stitched the Tui. So the Tui is, I think it also used to be known as the parson bird, maybe, because of that white frill at its neck. Tui love flax and corfo flowers, and they are, when they've been feeding, they're big and they're heavy and they have a lovely call, and I love the Tui. And they're beautiful, just those lovely oily greens and stuff. And she started working on the fantail, also known in Te Reo Māori as piwakawaka. And fantail, they're little birds, they fly around. Local superstition is they're bad luck to be inside. They can mean death, but their tail's like a fan, it's what they call a fantail. It's probably self-explanatory. They're cute little birds. I can't remember what they just fly around. And she's got a needle. I don't know if she keeps a needle in, but anyway. So what's that? What percentage is that using Pan and Keeper, eh? Yeah,
I can't remember. It's just got the green to go around it.
And then she's also at the same time bought the tuatara, so that's one of the world's oldest like dinosaur era lizards. But yeah, native lizard. It's a nice, decent, chunky little bugger. When I say native, I mean native to New Zealand. So you had the 4 you've bought 5 others. So what other charts have you got? Which she's also going to stitch on platinum linen.
I bought the cockatoo,
Australian,
the yellow-eyed penguin,
New Zealand,
the
mostly.
gecko.
Both countries, but yeah.
I
I don't think native to New Zealand, but we have
the
them in New Zealand. The magpie. Protected in Australia, but also terrifying, and they are hated in New Zealand. They're introduced to New Zealand. So the magpies are not at all revered. Maybe they are native to, I don't know where magpies are, but they're quite large. They're very menacing. They can be very aggressive. And they will, they dive bomb you, like especially around nesting and stuff. They get very territorial, and they will, they would attack. They're quite vicious at times, but anyway. But they're very good mimics, and it's funny, the magpies, and they all make that kind of quarter-loodle-loodle sound, which is what the magpie said. But they will mimic, like parrots do, they'll mimic, so their song's quite different in Australia, I think, because they hang around Australian birds. They sound different in Australia than they do in New Zealand, because I guess they're hanging around New Zealand birds, and they have very different. New Zealand birds are a lot quieter. Australian birds are they're like, look at me, quack, quack. Whereas New Zealand's like,
you idiot.
You know. I'm so hot. I'm not normal. This colour is just because it's so hot and humid. Anyway, so that's Megan stitching. So she's going to stitch, finish the fantail, and then which one are you going to do next?
I don't know.
You're going to do all the birds first and then the lizards?
I don't know.
I just have an issue that she's got 7 birds and 2 lizards, and I just don't want... Anyway, I have an issue with that.
Whatever.
Yeah, but anyway. It's fine. But
they're not going on your wall.
They're not going on my wall. What are the other birds you've got? Did you say?
Yeah. Cockatoo.
Oh, yeah.
Magpie.
Yeah. And the yellow-white penguin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the gecko, and there's one other, but I can't remember what. Oh, is it the kiwi? No. It was a kiwi.
Oh, okay. Does that add up to 9?
Yeah.
It may or may not add up to 9. We have no idea. So Megan is, you're loving stitching on those, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah, and also I had talked her into getting pattern keeper. So, and you're glad you got pattern keeper. So my stitching, I stitched on, wait for it, 2 projects in the Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, 3 days that I had to stitch before coming away. So I made a really good bit of progress. First of all, on Louisa Coulimore from Hands Across the Sea, going from memory, 56 count Grunard linen from the Wee Linen Company, using the Gütermann silk. Can't remember the number, it might be 46, but I probably made that up. So I've probably got, I know I got 2 full rows and part of a third one. So I did quite a bit of stitching because I wanted to, knowing I wasn't going to be here this week. So here we are. Also, Narissa's so close to being finished on hers. She just has, she's hurt her hand, so she's not allowed to stitch for a few days or a little while. The other project that I picked up and I stitched on a little bit, I can't remember what I did. I think I just finished the roof. I think that's all I did. I've still got to do the chimneys, but it is, I've written it down somewhere and I've gone completely blank. October Blooms by the Artsy Housewife. This is on, don't remember. I don't remember the linen. It's, you can zoom in if you want. But I'm using my own, overdyed conversion largely, a couple of colourful colours. I've been doing this as a stitch along with my friend Christine down in Dunedin. Christine let me know, she let me know she was getting close to a finish. Did she want to wait? Did she want me to wait for her? Basically, she said, did I want to her to wait for me? That's what it was. And I said no. As soon as I can, I'll probably binge those flowers and get them done. So I said no, don't wait for it. She stitches really quickly as well. So she let me know, I think yesterday, that she has finished Bun. So that was a great effort from her. So we only started these on Labour weekend, so a couple of weeks ago. So I'll get probably October blooms finished in the next week or so, I expect. That's all of my stitching. Yeah, 2 projects, a little bit of planned haul, and my sister's stitching from the last, April? Oh no, because you got the fabric in July, so July, August, September, October. So 4.5 months of stitching, which is quite good. So yeah, she has a few challenges with the puppy, wants to help.
He's only stolen 1 cotton.
Yeah, and
not salvageable.
Yeah, but anyway, it's the needle you worry about, eh?
Yeah.
But oh well, got insurance. I'm not very empathetic. So we'll do a quick little giveaway. We need a keyword for this. Map.
Kiwi map.
We'll be no, just I only search for one word. We'll just do the word map. So we'll give this away. If anyone wants this chart, I'll take it back with me because it's more than likely to go to someone in New Zealand. So use the word map, M-A-P, in the thingy, in the comment, and I will give that away next week. And I can't imagine there'll be too many people because, you know, it's very specific kind of thing. You 100% do not have to search all of the silver ferns. You could do a smaller kind of almost, I don't know, like thinking about like you could just do that plain border. You could do another double border. You could do a simple kind of, I don't know, like I'm thinking like one of like a Māori design, like a sort of a zigzaggy thing or a quarter or whatever. You know, you can do whatever you like. Do not have to search you never have to search the whole thing. But
the ferns were the worst part.
I did tell her, I suggested to her, do a bit of fern, then do a bit of that, do a bit of fern. I would have done a bit like 3 and done, and she went, no, she left until the end, which she then cocked it up. But I helped fix, it's fine. So yeah, map, if you're interested in this, don't use any of the trigger words like giveaway, free, win, prize, you know, to avoid all the robots and blah blah blahs. Obviously you need to be able to give me your address. If it goes missing in the mail, sorry, it was just a pass the stash, but we'd like to share. There are a couple of other charts that Megan's given me that she searched that I do want to search though at some stage, so there'll be future giveaways, like the Aroha chart, and then their little Purakawa. That one there, because that was a kit, I probably would just give that chart away at a retreat. Yeah. That was another Lynn Manning little kit that she purchased from Spotlight, and stitched basically in 2 days. And I will probably stitch that at some stage, but that's it. We'll wrap it up. 27 minutes. We'll take a couple of minutes, probably cut out. Sorry about the creaky chair and the weird light, and the weird angle. And thanks, Megan, for coming along. And we'll see you all next week. As always, don't let your needles rust. Ciao.